Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining in today for the webinar. We are covering the topic today of on-farm technologies, which is specifically drone sprayers. And my colleagues Malappa and Supriya will be running you through all the details of the technology um, for this. I'd like to invite Malappa to take over from here.
Thank you, madam. So, in continuation of SELCO Foundation's Climate Smart Solutions webinar, today we are going to present you a webinar on drone sprayers. So, in this webinar, we will look into the introduction of the drones, problem statement, technology, and its application. And meanwhile, we'll interact with the one of the champion farmer, Ravi Kiran from Haveri. Then, and we will also interact with the technology provider, the Viresh Innovation Technology, Viresh Innovation. And at the end, we will discuss about the business model. And if you, in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box. We will discuss it at the end. Okay. Agriculture drone is the unmanned aerial vehicle which is used for the spraying purpose. And along with the spraying, we can use it for the surveying or sowing also and crop health monitoring. And these all operation will help us to improve the productivity or yield. So this agriculture spraying drone is one of the gift from the modern technology for the Indian agriculture. So which saves the chemical, which saves the labor, which saves the time, and will apply the fertilizer precisely. So according to the International Crop Research Institute, it was found that there is an increase in the yield if you spray using the drone. There is an increase in the yield up to 10%, and water saving up to 90%, and it will save the pesticide or insecticide up to 25 to 30%. So, to keeping in this mind, the government of India has formulated the drone rules, as well as it has have a dedicated organization, that is DGCA, for this drone regulation and rules. So it has simplified the rules, as well as it has taken the many initiative to promote the drone in India, and it also promoting it through the custom hiring centers. So if you look into the package of practice for the any crops, starting from the land preparation till the harvesting, the drone spraying comes in the phase of production. So after the sowing or the after the sowing, up certain days, the spraying will come. So if you take the example of paddy, it is generally the 25 to 30 days after the sowing, the spraying season comes. And generally the 15 to 20 days spraying window we will get, and it can vary based on the crop. So as we are discussing about the drone technology. First we will understand why we need a drone. So if you will look into if you check the problem statement associated with the conventional methods, the first one is there is a huge drudgery and health risks associated with the conventional spraying methods. For example, the presently farmers are using the knapsack sprayer or the tractor operator big sprayers. So in this sprayer, the first thing, farmer has to carry that 25 to 25 kg of that knapsack sprayer on his back, and he has to run and around the entire field to spray it. So, and for per acre, at least he will fill around 10 to 12 times to spray it. So it is really painful and dangerous. And additionally, while spraying, he is very close to the spraying area or the discharge area. So while spraying, he will continuously exposed to the this harmful chemicals, which has the health impact. And in the recent past, we came to know that in the Raichur region, the few farmers died due to heavy the exposure to heavy dosage. And additionally, this small quantity of this harmful chemical accumulates in the body, and at the end it has the greater health impact. So the second, but if you take the drone one, so it is like it will completely reduce the drudgery. For example, you have to hold the around the 200 to 300 grams the transmitter which will operate the drone, and he will maintain the certain distance from the drone while spraying so that he will not expose to the that harmful chemical, and the drudgery which associated with the knapsack sprayer will not be there. The second one is these conventional methods are the not resource efficient. For example, if you want to spray 1 acre of land, so it will take up to 3 to 4 hours, and it requires around 150 to 200 liters of water, and fertilizer is also more. Fertilizer as well as pesticides is also more. So these conventional methods are not effective or the not resource efficient. But if you take the example of drone, so first thing it will take just 7 to 8 minutes to cover the 1 acre of land, so that the farmers can cover the more acres in a particular day. And the another thing is uh, the distribution of the chemicals. For example, if you spray manually, you have to go to each and every plant and spray it. And while spraying, it's difficult to maintain the uniform application, because at some plants, farmers while spraying some plants it will be more, and some other plants it will be less. So the place where there is a higher pesticide or insecticide, there will be a resistance will develop, and where there is a less chemical application, there the disease will not or pest will not be controlled. But in case of drone, there will be uniform spraying across the field, and that additionally, along with that uniformity, the droplets of the spraying is like in the micron. It's around 150 to 160 micron, so that this microparticles can be easily absorbed by the plant, so that the effective or the disease control or the pest control will be more effective in case of drone. So this keeping all the problem statements in mind, so Selco Foundation is working with the drone technology, and we like after the certain implementation, we came to know that this is the one of the viable and livelihood solution for the farmers. Okay, now we will discuss about the technology details. So this is there are two kinds of drones. One is the hexacopt or the quadcopt, and there are octacopt also. But the presently in the market, the hexacopt and quadcopt are very popular. And here we are presenting one of the model, that is Ujjwal Viman. So it is a hexacopt. Its capacity is 10 liter, and in this 10 liter of capacity, the farmers can spray 1 acre of land. And this existing drone is about the 20 like it has a battery of 22,000 mAh, and these batteries can vary, or we have a 18,000 battery, 22,000 battery, 25,000 battery, and 30,000 battery, and it can goes up to 30,000 also. So based on the battery capacity, the flight time will vary. But if you take this 22,000 mAh battery, it will give a flight time about 15 to 20 minutes. And this in this 15 to 20 minutes, we can cover up to 3 acre of land. And once the battery discharged, then we have to replace with the another set of battery. And it can spray the altitude up to 60 feet, and so that the different crops can be covered. Field crops as well as plantation crops can be covered. And the spraying mode will be of three kinds of mode. For example, this drone can be controlled manually. In that, the everything like moving forward, backward, and left, right, and turning, all these are controlled in the automotive mode. So in that, what we will do, we will set up we will set the spraying area in the transmitter. The drone will take up and it will spray the entire land, and it will land at the original point. So, and this is the second mode of spraying. The third mode is mixed mode, which is manual as well as this automation. And this drone is up to the 25 kg along with the load, and it can spray width up to 4 meters, and flying speed is up to 6 to 10 meters, and land coverage is it takes around 8 minutes to cover 1 acre of land, and battery is of lithium polymer type. And this drone, there are few important components, these are same components which we use it in a knapsack sprayer. The only thing is we have a additional that rotor thing to carry that parts into the air. So the first important part is FC, which is the flight controller, which controls the all the operation in the drone. And the second one is propellers and motor. These are necessary to lift the drone and land it back. And thereafter, the another important component is spraying unit. So spraying unit consists of the tank, pipes, and pump, as well as nozzles. So there are different nozzles also, which can be used according to the different crops needs. So this is briefly about the technology. So this spraying, if you look into the suitability of this drone spraying, so it's mostly suitable for all the crops and most of the chemicals. And we can spray the pesticide, insecticide, nutrients like nano urea, nano DAP, and even the some cases the powders which are better soluble in the waters, so that can be used. And even the plantation crops are sprayed with the drone. And in a one full of in the one charging full charging, we can cover area up to 3 acre for the 22,000 mAh battery. And if we have a higher capacity battery, then this area coverage will be more. And the discharge of this nozzle will be between 3 to 4 liters per minute, and this discharge can be controlled. So we can vary the discharge. And the space requirement for the drone is 5 feet. So the just we discussed about the technology, but the before purchasing the before taking the technology, so we need to check these are the user selection criteria, so that the technology will be used effectively. So there are two conditions. The first one is the drone purchaser can be owner as well as the pilot, or else the owner can buy it and he can keep the pilot for the spraying purpose. So the owner who is wanted to buy the drone, they should keep they keep these points in their mind. The first one is they should have a suitable drone transport facility, because they have to travel from the farm to farm. So if they have their own transport facility, that will be easy for the transportation as well as the economical also. The second one, they should have a two manpower, like a dedicated manpower. One as the pilot and another is the supporting staff. And the supporting staff will keep connecting with the different farmers, FPOs, for getting the business connectivity or the spraying area. And the another criteria is the owner should not only use it for the personal purpose, they should give it on a rental basis. Because if we use it for a personal purpose, it may not be economical or viable. So he has to operate on the rental basis to get the quick ROI. And if you look into the pilot preconditions, the first one is the age should be like a minimum age should be 18 years, because it is compulsory to get the license of the drone. The second one, maximum age is 40 years. So this is the optional, and it can vary based on the person's interest. But according to our past experience, the between up to 35 to 40, so from 25 to 40, so the whoever pilots are there, they are working effectively, they are operating efficiently, and they are able to cover more areas. And the education qualification should be 10th class, because it is essential to get the DGCA approved training pilot certificate. And the pilot should able to understand the technical features, because there are a lot of technical settings in the drone. So he should have a basics about this one. And if the owner is the owner and the pilot is same person, then they have to meet these two conditions. So these are the user condition we need to keep in mind before purchasing the drone. So here we have four champion farmers from the different parts of Karnataka. So they have purchased the drone with these criteria, and then they were able to cover the certain good areas. For example, Viren Gowda is from Ballari. He has in the last 1 year he has covered 450 acres, and he is charging around 4 to 500 rupees per acre, and he is like earning good amount of money. The same like Srinivas from the Belagavi, Manjunath is from the Davangere, and the Manjunath is providing the service to the FPO members in their region, and he till now in the last 3 months he has covered 350 acres of land. And the another champion farmer is Raman Gowda from Haveri. He is he is one of the the champion farmer who is covering daily up to 20 acres, and he is earning annually up to 12 lakhs. So now we will interact with the one of the champion farmers from the Haveri. His name is Ravi Kiran. So Ravi Kiran is the young farmer from the Haveri, and when he approached the SELCO Foundation, he had the two interest in him, in the two things he kept in mind before approaching the SELCO. The first thing was there is a challenge in his region, that there is a labor shortage, or there is a need of sprayer, the modern technology for the spray. The second one is he was very much interested in this technology. So these two things made him to connect with the SELCO. Then thereafter implementation of the drone technology, he has he has covered the 550 acres of land in just 3 months, and he is able to earn up to 3.5 lakhs in this short period of time. So we will hear from the champion farmer Ravi Kiran about his experience about the drone usage. So I request Ravi Kiran to join this webinar and share his experience about the drone. Ravi Kiran sir,
ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಹಾಂ ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಡ್ರೋನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಡ್ರೋನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನಿಸ್ತು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನೇನು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ನೀವು ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಯಾರು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದು ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ರವಿಕಿರಣ್ ಬೆದರ್ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು
ಸರ್
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹಾ, ಮತ್ತು ಮೊದಲು ನಿಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡ್ರೋನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಓಕೆ. ಹಲೋ ಸರ್, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ರವಿಕಿರಣ್ ಬೆದರ್ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾವೇರಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಶಂಕರಿಪುರ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ BCom ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಮ್ದು ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ ಶಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ ಶಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾನೋ ಯೂರಿಯಾ, ನ್ಯಾನೋ DAP ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಜೊತೆ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯಾನೋ ಯೂರಿಯಾ, ನ್ಯಾನೋ DAP ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಲೇಬರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕದೇ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ರೀಸನ್ಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಏಕರ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಡ್ರೋನ್ದು. ನನಗೆ ಈ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋದವರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಸರ್ವಿಸು ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ, ನಾನು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಈ ಥರ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿ 1 ಮಂತ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೈತರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸೇವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. 1 ಎಕರೆ 5ರಿಂದ 6 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ 1 ಎಕರೆಗೆ 200 ಲೀಟ್ರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ರು ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಡ್ರೋನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 10 ಲೀಟ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಳುವರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಪ್ ಟು 10% ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗಿದೆ. ಲೇಬರ್ ವರ್ಕು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರಿಂದ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸರ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಗ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ.
ಹಾ.
ಇವಾಗ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಅದನ್ನ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ.
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸು ಇದನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಒಂದು 5 ರಿಂದ 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರೋದು ಒಂದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ?
ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್, ಬಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಅದ್ರ ತಕ್ಕನಂಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವ ತರ ಅನ್ಸ್ತೀರಾ? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಗ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ರೈತರಿಗೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಡ್ರೋನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗಿದೆ, ನೀವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಸರ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿ. ಹಿಂಗ ಡ್ರೋನ್ ಪೈಲಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ 1 ವೀಕ್ 2 ವೀಕ್ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಓಡಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಪೈಲಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಬೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು.
ಓಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೈಲಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಹಿಡಿತೀರಾ? ಅಥವಾ ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಡ್ರೋನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ತರ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಹಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ರೈತರೇ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹರಡ್ತದೆ ಅದು. ಹಿಂಗ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಇದು ನಾವು ನ್ಯಾಪ್ಸಾಕ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು 7 to 8 days ಬೇಕು, ವೀಕ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕು ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡಿದ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ತೋರ್ಸೋಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 3 to 4 days ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹೊಡ್ಸಿದ್ವಿ, ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಲೇಬರ್ದು ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಈಗ ಲೇಬರ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ 400 to 500, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಊಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 450 per acre ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಲೋ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಹರಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ.
ಫೋನ್
ಮತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ
ಕಾಲಲ್ಲೇನೆ.
ನೀವು ಈಗ ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಡ್ರೋನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ,
ಹಾ
ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಸರ್.
ಹೌದು,
ಹಾ
ಹೌದು, ಯಾವ ತರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ?
ಸರ್, ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಲು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡ್ರೋನ್ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಆಕ್ಸಲರೋಮೀಟರ್
ಓಕೆ,
ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ
ಓಕೆ,
ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸರ್, ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಟು
ಓಕೆ,
ಪ್ಲೇಸ್
ಓಕೆ,
ಚೇಂಜ್
ಓಕೆ,
ಆದಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ.
ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇರಿ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾವು
ಓಕೆ.
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದ್ರು ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದಾನೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ್ರಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ
Okay, now I will translate the whatever the Ravi Kiran said. So actually, he is from the Haveri, and the initially like he has a fertilizer shops, but and he has a network with the farmers. So the farmers used to spray the nano urea, nano DAP, and other chemicals. So he got the easy connectivity with the needy farmers. Based on that need, he approached the SELCO Foundation. He and the after the implementation, he is able to cover the good amount of area regularly, and the farmers feedback in that region is good, and the farmers are telling that there is a increase in the yield up to 10%, and there is a water saving up to 90%, and as well as the chemical is saving. And he is telling that if you take care or if you take the maintenance properly, so it is the one of the viable business for the farmers as well as the young entrepreneurs. So I thank Ravi Kiran for joining this call and be on the call. So in this the story with Ravi Kiran, we learned few things. When he asked this, when he contacted the Selco Foundation, he has only he came up with the needs only. First, what we did, we provided him with the right technology. Then after providing that technology, we provide so that the right technology so that he will not face any technical challenges. After selecting the right technology, we provided him the DGC approved training. So it is a 5 days training. In that training, they will provide they will tell about the rules as well as the flying practice. Due to this 5 days practice, he got the confidence of the spraying, and now he is telling that he is just taking 5 to 6 minutes to cover 1 acre of land. So that indicates that the confidence he got it from the this DGC approved training. And the third one is we insured his drone, with the support from the Viresh Innovation. We insured his drone so that if there is any crash or any damage to this drone, so that it can be the care can be taken care. So this further increased his confidence of spraying. And thereafter, we provided him for the that drone repair training also, so that whenever there is a challenge he faced in the drone, or whenever he go to field, and if something the repair comes, so he no need to contact to the vendor directly. Now he can repair himself at the field itself, and he can continue his drone spraying. So these are the things we learned from this champion farmer. So now we will discuss about I will interact with the technology provider also. So these are the vendors available in the market, and these are just we listed 4 5 here, but there are many vendors in the market like Fuselage Innovations, Garuda Aerospace, Thanos Technology, Multiplex Solutions, and Viresh Innovation. So there are many vendors, but the farmers get confused that which vendor to choose. So we, after working with the in the last 2 3 years, we come to know that there are certain criteria also we can see it in the vendors for the uh, better drone facility service. So we will see those conditions what are needed. What are the conditions? For example, whenever the farmers wanted to purchase the drone, they should keep or they need to check these points in the vendors so that there will be a less challenge in the drone technology. The first one is the manufacturer should supply the DGCA approved drone. So this is the well tested technology, and DGCA approved drones you can get the there is a legalized drone service. And second one is, if there you can insure the drone, or if there is any crash or something, there will not be legal penalties. The second one is the the technology provider or the vendor should arrange the DGCA approved training for the farmers or the users, so that the user can effectively learn the spraying, and it can build the confidence for the spraying. The third one is that technology providers should provide the training in the regional languages, because the farmers are like they are interior places, and if the training is provided in the English or the Hindi language, or the non-native language, so it will affect them to learn the technology. And even after investing so much of money, if the training is not effective, so the result may not, we may not get the results. So the condition is the vendor or the technology provider should provide the prompt technical support, because this is the modern technology and it's a very complex. So it needs the technical support or prompt technical support from the vendors, so that the spraying is not interrupted, and he can continue the spraying. The second one is there should be a operational and maintenance and troubleshooting manuals from the vendor. So these are the criteria the farmers or the user can check in the technology provider. Yes, now we will interact with the technology provider, that is Viresh Innovations. So it is based in Bengaluru. So I invite the Shivkumar sir for this webinar, and you can discuss about the company or the technology, the operational maintenance and DGCA rules, all those things. So welcome you, sir, for this webinar.
All, can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I would like to thank everyone for inviting me and sharing my experience and interacting more with an opportunity to interact with farmers. I'd like to thank SELCO Foundation for that. And I'd like to present my slides. Enable presenting the slides.
Just 2 minutes, sir.
Okay.
So you can share the screen.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
It's not visible yet. You need to press the button with green arrow, which has a arrow inside at the bottom. Yes, some screen is coming, but we are not able to see the presentation or any visuals on it yet. Yes, we are able to see now. So your voice is not clear, it's breaking. Maybe you can try once more.
Clear now?
Yes.
Thank you. So my name is Shiva Kumar. I represent a company called Veerish Technology Private Limited. We have two companies. One is proprietorship and one is private limited. In the Veerish Innovation, we sell drone parts to B2B companies, B2C, farmers, one and all. In technology, Veerish Technology Private Limited, we sell DGC approved drone and we provide hands-on training. So the next slide is visible. Fine. Okay, thank you. So we mainly focus in providing the drone technology to the farmers, how it can enhance the livelihood of the farmers. Second thing is how we can generate employability. And since I come from agriculture background, my parents are into farming. So I came to know what are the challenges they are facing in agriculture and how it can be, solution can be provided with a new technology where they can save pesticides, save time, and enhance their livelihood. That was the main agenda in providing and establishing this company. And myself, I'm into this drone industry since 14.5 years. I did my master's in Sweden, where the way back here, 2010, I worked under a professor. There we came to know that drone will be a new technology upcoming. It can be defense, it can be agriculture, it can be cinematography, a lot of things. So after doing my master's in Sweden, I worked in Netherlands for some time, and I worked as an assistant professor in Ramaya University. In an aerospace department, I used to interact with students, understand the know-how skills in developing a different payload of drones. So when I focused on going for a defense drone, payload drone, and agriculture delivery drone, I focused on agriculture. The reason is India is a more populous country and it's an agriculture background. So I thought going to agriculture field would make me reach out more people and serve the country. So I thought, let me focus on agriculture drones. And here what we do is, since past 7-8 years when I started interacting with farmers, just giving a product is not a complete solution. We need to provide them how to use the technology, how to operate, how to handle it, and what are the troubleshooting things comes when they want to use this product. So first we gave them drone training, where I'm myself a DGCS certified small and medium class instructor. So we provide them how to handle the drone. The main reason is when you fly a drone, your eye coordination and hand coordination should be good. That's where you reduce making mistakes. So you should always have a constant touch, eye coordination and hold a grip on your remotes. So that's where we provide them drone training. And currently they are giving drone training as per DGCA regulations. Apart from that, when it comes to agriculture drone, what more additionally they have to check how to maintain pump nozzles. So because India has a lot of fragmented lands, how to handle different countries, different farmland, all those things has to be taken care. So once we give them drone training, we give them agriculture drones, and we also teach them how to operate it. That's the main important thing. When we use a product, at the back end, we should also give spare parts, supplies, all those things. So we keep all these things into consideration and providing the thing. And also we employ, we give them, it need not be having a drone, but we can make them as a drone technician and create employability in the rural areas. So we are also started doing drone technical training. So even if they don't have financial stability to buy a drone, but we can make them as a drone technician, so they can go to villages, repair them, and earn some nominal basis in the village level. And when farmers buy, we need to make sure that reachability and serviceability is the important thing. So we have started drone service center in Dharwad and Bangalore. Those two are the major centers. And we have selectively kept a few drone technician people in around every 150 kilometer, so that whenever any problem comes, within 75 kilometer reach, within 1.5 to 2 hours, the farmers, we will reach out. My technical staff will reach out to farmers, will try to understand what is their problem. And before our technical people go to their house, we take some input, what products, what spare parts we need to carry in our backpack, and how we can repair in the doorstep of the farmer itself. So we are trying to selectively, based on the more number of farmers inquiry, we have selectively kept one field technician in and around Karnataka. And there are few glimpses of photos here where we provide drone training to farmers, even students. A lot of people undergo training. So we try to give them as much as information with regard to the drone operation, safety aspects, and how to handle the drones when they are practically flying. And when we sell the drone, we send our technical people and repair in their doorstep. So these are few glimpses where we give regular maintenance to the farmers. And this drone is not only limited to agriculture, it has various applications. It can be used for aerial photography. You may see a lot of cinematographers and camera people flying agriculture drone in marriages, cinemas. And this can be used in fire hazards, gas pipeline, building construction activity. Even police can use it. Survey of the mapping area of mining area, it can be farmland, it can be city municipalities, everything. But when it comes to agriculture, pesticide spraying and crop mapping, seed dispersal, and irrigation management is important things we need to consider. Yeah, when it comes to the DGCA regulations, any person wants to fly any drones, irrespective of any drones, there are certain rules has been formulated by the Minister of Civil Aviation. In the year 2021, August 25th, the Drone Rules 2021 Gazetted notification has been issued by the government. So here we the information says about where and all you can fly the zone. Is it red zone, inner yellow zone, and outer yellow zone, and green zone? So when the customer or any candidate comes to us, we first give them DGCA training under a remote pilot training organization. So the age limit is around 18 to 65, up to 10 standard, minimum 10 standard they have to complete. And here, when it comes to agriculture drone, what happens is we first prefer young youths to go to the field, because it's not a very clean work. It's not only holding the remote, but sometimes you need to go in muddy roads. Sometimes you need to bring, lift around 20-25 kg of drones, batteries, everything, and go to the uneven terrain and you fly it. So we usually, what we do when we select any customer, we ask them, have you completed your 10th standard? And are you willing to work in muddy roads? Is it okay to stand in the sun for 5 to 6 hours? If you say yes, then we take next level. And are you willing to do any technical repair? Because they should have that passion to repair anything. For example, in your childhood days, have you repaired any tape recorder or something? So that we can just understand whether he's really passionate. It's not about only education. We focus on his passion. And second thing is, are you willing to work with farmers? Because A lot of people think if we work in the city, they have a very livelihood. It's not like that. And we need to see whether what is this customer interest. Based on these things, we understand whether is he really willing to work with farmers. So then we will choose, okay, this person is the right person to be given drones. And when it comes to the age factor, though the age factor has been informed by the DG as 18 to 65, they give irrespective of any drones. But here what happens is we want to have some young youths so that it will generate employability for them. And who is really need in economical aspects. So we ask, what is your background and what you are trying to plan for next 5 years? And to understand whether the candidate has very good eye coordination and hands coordination, we generally unofficially ask, have you played PUBG? Are you more interested in playing games in your mobile, kind of thing? So then, okay, he'll say, no, sir, I was playing PUBG. I cleared level 8, level 9. Okay, this guy is really passionate, really having a very good eye coordination. Then we can tell, we will select this person. Then we send them to training they undergo. And when we give them training, we give some minimum information, like not to fly over people, not to fly in red zone, not be careful when you're flying close to the power lines. And when you're flying, you're not supposed to fly over cattle field. For example, any lake, ponds, wherever there is human habitat, water, pond, fishes are there, you're not supposed to fly. You should keep away from those aspects. And not to fly close to the airports. You need to, before flying, you need to understand what is red zone, green zone, yellow zone, all those things. So the current scenario in villages is, as already Madappa sir has told, there is a lot of labor issues, and getting labors on time is important, and better pest control management, effectively spraying in a quicker span. For example, in next 5 to 6 days or 10 days, there is going to be a rainfall or a cyclone. So we need to prevent fungicides attacking this farm. So using the drones, it can cover more area with less amount of time for a drone. So this will help us in the farmers in enhancing the yield of the crop. That's one thing. In the other way, it is also generating employability for the young youths staying in the village, need not come to the cities. They can stay in the village and earn the same amount of money what they're going to earn in the cities. So the drone technology is creating employability, and it's creating opportunity. It's creating it's saving the farmers time as well as in enhancing the yield. So all these aspects looks very, very positive for drone technology to reach out with more farmers. What makes drone technology good when it comes to the farmers? See, this is a precision agriculture. Whereas when you spray a knapsack sprayer, maybe you may take 1.5 to 2 hours to spray a knapsack sprayer in the field. And you need to hold your hand straight, like you need to lift, and keeping a 16 liter of liquid on your backpack. And also the backpack is weighing around 5 to 6 kg, around 22, 23 kg you need to put on your backpack, go around the farm for 1.5 to 2 hours. If it's paddy, you need to walk around the muddy area. If it's a dry area, but still you need to walk in between the bushes, all those things. So your efficiency may be good in the early first 2 hours, but as the sun rises, the temperature rises, you start sweating, you feel uncomfortable, giddiness. The same enthusiasm may not be throughout the day. So in this, drone is spraying is precision. It's uniform throughout the day and throughout the field. And when it comes to labor issues, he doesn't know whether he may forget the last row. He has done uniform throughout the farm. So in that way, drone can do in a timely spray quicker. Auto flight navigation helps us a lot. And there are certain safety features in the drone. For example, if the tanks get empty, the GPS coordinate is saved. It comes back to the point where our pilot was standing. We refill it, and it continues to the same location the work was ended. So in this way, the drone will not forget any location within the farm. Second thing is, if there is a battery got empty, again, it can come back to the home point. You replace the battery, it continues. So in this way, the uniform spray is achieved in drones. And in a short span of 5 to 6 minutes per acre, spray can be done. More importantly, in the year 2017, in a place called Yavantmal, Maharashtra, farmers had faced a lot of issues in spraying chemicals because of a BT cotton. They used to spray above the chest level. So whenever you need to spray above your chest level, for example, high-raised sugarcane or BT cotton, you're getting more exposed to chemicals. So getting exposed to chemicals can be completely avoided by these drones. It helps in avoiding the exposure to chemicals. That's one of the important things. And a lot of shortage of laborers is there nowadays in the village. This is overtaken by the drones. In this way, it's an overall good things favorable for the farmers to implement drone technology. And this can be used in various kind of crops. It can be paddy, maize, turmeric, wheat, all kinds of dal. Even for sugarcane, even if it's 7 to 8 feet height, the farmers can spray it. Nowadays, lot of tall plantation like areca, rubber plantation, mango, coconut, people are started using the drones in spraying. We need to compare how exactly drone is better compared to the current knapsack sprayer. When it connects to the knapsack sprayer, generally 200, 150 liters, 200 liters is used per acre to spray, whereas the drone uses 10 liter. Whenever I used to go to field service earlier, like almost 4 to 5 years, I went to village. We did around 52,000 acres. So that was my experience. What are the problems we face when drone goes to the field? What parts are more worn out? What are the common questions farmer will ask? They generally ask, since 30, 40 years, the department was saying 200 liters. Suddenly you are saying 10 liter. How is it possible? See, when the knapsack sprayer comes, the droplet size is around 450 to 500 microns. When it comes to the drone, 60 to 120 microns is the droplets being used. So in the ultra low volume nozzle, the amount of liquid needed is less. And second thing is, we may spray around 400 to 500 ml of monocrotophos, but the amount of liquid used in is 200 liters. Here, we reduce the chemical, only the water content. Around 70 to 80% of the chemical we will be using. The concern is we are saving a lot of liquid, almost 90% of the water. For example, in northern part of Karnataka, it's a rain-fed crop. So let's say 20 acres you need to spray, means 20 acres into 200 liters, almost 4,000 liters of water you need to carry. Maybe you need to take a tractor and again a tractor driver and a person to refill the water and all. So if you take generally pilot, if you keep from 5 to 6 distillery bottles, he can cover 10 acres within first part of the day. So in that way, water saving is happened. Additionally, few manpowers we are saving. And within 5 to 8 minutes, person can, 5 minutes is the general, but filling, refilling, keeping the drone, all those things, we are giving around 8 minutes. So pilot can spray 20 to 25 acres per day, whereas a normal person can cover 2 to 3 acres. I have a very good example. In Navalgunda, there is a farmer who has around 106 acres. He used to take his tractor and vehicle to collect laborers. He used to go to different villages, neighbor villages. He used to request the laborers, please come, I need to cover. To spray 106 acres, he used to spend more than 8 to 10 days. But when the drone customer, when he calls to any local customer, he gives a normal phone call to the drone pilot. He says, I have 106 acres. They negotiate the price. And when the person comes, within 2 to 3 days, they complete the whole 106 acres because it's a one single plot. So the efficiency is faster. So the advantage and the passionate where farmer says is, earlier I used to go to every village, nearby village, and ask for laborers. But now we have saved a lot of time. See, when it comes to spraying, we focus on standard operating procedure as per the given by the instructions from the Minister of Agriculture. Here they say what speed you need to do, what height, and what is the swath you need to cover. And you need to understand how the spray quality has been done. Here we use water sensitive paper. We generally instruct all our participants to check what is the important aspects when you understand the spray quality. Generally, when it comes to a drone, average height is 2 to 3 meters height. The swath is around 3 to 4 meters. Operation speed is 4 to 5 meters. When you spray with these operating parameters, you really get a good spray. And we also advise them what are the precautions you have to take, what safety features is available in the drone. And whenever there is a low battery, we advise pilot not to fly. We ask them to charge, check for any propeller damages are there, and check for GPS signal count. If it's cloudy day, make sure you get sufficient GPS signal, and always keep cleaning the nozzles in a regular time. And we also teach them what are the different problems you might face when you operate the drone. Generally, because in the field they're using a lot of powder-based chemicals. Generally, the drone is advisable to use liquid-based. So what we do, you oftenly clean the nozzles, because you can see here at the bottom, clogged outlet filter is there. We ask them to clean. Signal wires, sometimes when they're handling, there'll be wire breakage. We also provide replacement these wires. And we also check to keep the maintenance of the power connectors, because every 100 times they use, it gets blacked out. We ask them to use with isopropyl alcohol to clean it. Pump cleaning is one of the important regular aspects in every 30 to 40 acres. So we give certain instructions how to handle the drone, where to keep. You're not supposed to fly close to the power line inspection, all those things. And how to maintain the battery is one of the important aspects. When it comes to the battery, your efficiency, your whole business model is dependent on the battery. So we ask them to maintain balance charging and check the connectors, all those things. And whenever there is any regular maintenance, we'll give them some minimum common problems what you might face in future. For example, when you're charging the battery, you may face cell voltage error and a flow meter error. Like after 30-40 acres of flight, you need to report 10 liters exactly measured value and calibrate the calibration so that you get properly. And where and all you might face magnetic field interference, signal error. When you're flying close to the power line inspection, you may face these problems. What situation you need to do an emergency landing. If there is too windy, you're not supposed to fly. So all these aspects, we give them instructions how to do emergency precautions, regular maintenance. For example, here we have shown some kind of a power distribution board. When you buy a new board, it's on the right side. On the left side, gradually the connectors sink. Almost this PDB board was used almost 1.5 years. So we recommend them to do some minimum replacement so that they do their operation in a smooth way. And every 50 acres once and 100 acres once, we insist them to do a basic service and advanced service. And every day we advise farmers to keep their drone frame clean their propellers, fasten their screws now and then, and check the batteries voltage regularly. When they're flying once in 5 days, 6 days, we ask them to check the IMU sensors, and GPS accuracy also important. And any software has to be updated, they have to do. And motors, they have to keep clean from the dust. When it comes to the drone flying, there are certain error messages being given by the lights. So we advise them to keep these images handy. If in case when they're flying, based on the image, they'll come to know what is the error. So they can immediately contact us, land first the drone safely, then contact us. We will, our technical support, we have in all the languages, Kannada, Hindi, English, Tamil. So we provide them technical support also to the farmers. And what and all the warranty includes, if it's any manufacturing defect, we'll go for 100% replacement. If they're mishandled, it's okay. Crash is inevitable. For example, when you buy car, bumper may get touch, may dent, or mirror may break, but we are there to provide support service, all those things. So if you have any questions, doubt, please feel to contact me. We are always there. My team is there to support, and we are there to answer all your questions. I hope I have tried my best to give as much as information, and let's join hands to serve the farming community.
Okay, sir. Thank you for this wonderful explanation. So we got one question from the participants. They're asking
Okay.
that, sir, do we have any training on this, the dosage percentage, like how much to put for the drone spraying per acre or different crops?
Sir, yeah. See what has happened. There is a standard operating procedure document being given from the government. As
Okay.
per the protocol, we'll be following.
Okay.
Yeah. I just shared on the screen. I can share this document and it's available in the internet.
Okay.
So you can work on SOP, Department of Agriculture. You'll get this document. It's open to public.
Okay, and sir, the another question is like, can we use it for the powder formed pesticides or the insecticides, and also can we use to spray the organic liquids such as Jivamrita and all those things?
Jivamruta is suitable provided we filter the complete substrate floating objects. If we are able to get a very clean liquid, see minimum 550 microns, it went clear. The mesh inside the nozzle has 50 microns. The droplets are varying from 60 to 125 microns, and we have kept an internal mesh as 50 microns. If the substrate particles floating is less than 50 microns, it will clear. Only thing is Jivamruta is good and it's an organic product, very well acceptable by a lot of farmers. It has to be properly cleaned, then it can be done.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, and be on the call. So if there's any
Sure.
questions, we will connect you back. So now
Okay,
I
sir.
am okay. Now you can stop the sharing, and you can close this screen also. Uh, Now I am requesting the Supriya for discussing about the business model. Uh, so I welcome Supriya for this webinar.
Hello everyone, my name is Supriya and I'll quickly walk you through the business model. So we'll be covering the evolution of spraying methods just in a gist and drone coverage, and then we'll move on to the comparison between drone and knapsack sprayers, and then finally the financial model. Next. So this is the different spraying techniques. The first one being the drip. So drip is usually actually it is used for irrigation, but then it can also be used for fertilizer application, which is fertigation, wherein the fertilizer is directly given to the root zone. And why we have mentioned here the drip is that somebody who's already been using drip irrigation on his farm can continue using the same, because even that is efficient when compared to an drone. And with respect to knapsack, it is definitely significantly efficient. And knapsack, it is one of the most conventional methods. And there are two options. So you either one can rent it without the inputs. So the inputs here are pesticides and fertilizers, or it can be self-owned. And third one being the drone, which is highly efficient technique, and it's the new technique. The first one is a self-owned, but then you need to have large farms, at least 50 acres and beyond. And option two is group owned, wherein again it is without the inputs, that is no fertilizers and no pesticides. But then again this type of option is preferable for somebody who has different crops, like a group of farmers having different crops, because the fertilizer and the pesticides will be different, and the application and the frequency also can be different. And the option three is somebody who has a group of farmers who have same cropping patterns, like same crop. It can be paddy, maize, cotton, or any other crop. Next. So the drone coverage here, so it is usual. What we have considered here is a drone with three batteries. The set of batteries can vary. It can be 1, 2, 3, and beyond that. So 3 hours per day operation. We have excluded the time that is taken up for the whole setup, and we have also excluded the time that is required to charge the batteries. One single battery takes up around 30 to 40 minutes of time, and it runs for 15 minutes at a stretch. And the drone here covers 7 minutes per acre, and which is roughly about 25 acres per day, and 1500 acres per annum, and 386 acres per annum for an end user. Why I have mentioned it differently for FPO and end user, I'll explain it to you in the next slide. Next. So like I said, we have considered one drone with 3 set of batteries, and the number of the operations per day is 3 hours per day and 7 minutes per acre. And the area covered, you can see with respect to knapsack, it's like 26 in number, 26 acres per day with respect to drone, whereas for knapsack it is just 1 acre. The spraying window here is 15 days. We have considered for the crop of paddy, and 15 days. When I'm saying 15 days, it's twice in one season. So the number of sprays per season is 2. So 15 days initially, and then after a particular time period, again we sprayed for the next 15 days. So in one season, we are spraying it for total 30 days, and throughout the year, it is 60 days. Now, the total coverage per unit here in case of knapsack is 60 acres per annum, and for drone is 1,500 acres per annum. But when you consider the total acres covered per unit from an individual perspective, it can be with respect to an end user or a single farmer who is availing the service, who is availing the drone service from an FPO, that would be 386 in number. Now, why I have mentioned it separately is that a farmer would be interested in how many acres of on his farm are being serviced. And for the FPO, it would be 1,500 because they will generate income based on the number of times they are spraying on every acre. So for a farmer, it will be 386 throughout, 386 per unit of one drone. So the number of sprayers that is replaced by one drone is again roughly about 25 to 26. Next. So from an FPO perspective, the revenue is definitely higher in case of drone model. So we have compared 26 sprayers and one unit of drone. For knapsack, the revenue is less because again it has got limitations of limited coverage. Drone definitely has got a wide area coverage, and the revenue per day in case of drone here is has been calculated by adding up a 15% margin on the daily operational cost in case of drone model. Next. Yeah, so the cost in case of knapsack model is very less, but then again, it is not that efficient, and the cost here is again less because the cost of pesticides and the insecticides or the fertilizer cost has been excluded. Whereas in drone model here, we have considered an end-to-end service model, right? So it is provided by the FPO, the pesticides, insecticides, and the fertilizers. So the cost is definitely higher. And if you look at the cost is higher only in case of pesticides and fertilizers. And the EMI here in case of drone model would be around 10,000. This is from an FPO perspective again. And the one unit of drone costs roughly about 6 lakhs, including all the components, the batteries and everything. So the total cost in case of drone model is definitely higher, but the end user need not have to worry about this cost because this cost is incurred by the FPO and not the end users. Somebody who is want to avail the service on his particular 1 acre of land or something, he will incur a cost roughly about 7,000 to 8,000. Next. So the benefit here in case of knapsack is around 57,000 from from an FPO perspective, where an FPO will might have 26 numbers of knapsack, and for drone model it's definitely higher, uh, and the payback period being 1.4, so it makes it financially viable for an FPO to own a drone. From an end user perspective, this, like I said earlier, excluding the FPO scenario from this case, so an individual farmer, if he has to avail a service from somebody who has a drone model, he will incur cost per acre would be, like I said earlier, 7,000 to 8,000. So in knapsack, it is higher because pesticides and insecticides. And the fertilizer cost he has to pay it from his own pocket, and but here the drone model, if it's an end-to-end service model, then it will be provided by the FPO. So I just want to add that this model can vary with respect to the batteries, the farming techniques, the crop pattern. So there are a lot of variations that are included. So you can always edit your. We have provided a QR code for the business model, so you can edit it as per your business. Thank you. Over to Sneha.
Thank you so much. So there are a few more questions that have come up. One question is, can we know the price where we can buy if interested to buy? I think this needs to be answered by Shiv Kumar sir. If you can take it, if anybody wants to buy the drone, where can they buy? What is the price? How can they get in touch with you?
They can approach me. With your permission, I can text my email and contact number so that I can answer all my clarification.
Okay, so we'll pass on your contact further. And the number is also added in the chat box. I'll just add it for everybody to be able to view it as well. Another question is how much does it cost for user to use drone spraying per acre?
Yeah. See, generally, drone maintenance is like quite often they need to replace like once in 2 months or 3 months. Propeller is important thing. The reason is in the field when they try to land, now what we teach in the training is an open flying ground. That's not the reality in the fields. There may be Parthenium, there may be small plants. These propellers will hit. So there'll be some scratches. So after every 150, 200 acres, they need to replace propeller. That cost around 1,950 for two motors, around 1,000 rupees per motor after every 100, 150 acres. And the pump they have to clean. We will teach them how to repair the pump. Inside there are some washers, 20, 30 rupees they have to change. And in the nozzles, there are some washers costing from 20 to 35 rupees washers they have to replace. And there is a mesh which is costing around 65 rupees they have to replace. Overall, some 3 to 5,000 rupees general maintenance is there in 1.5, 2 months. Okay. So after every 100 acres, some 15 rupees is a maintenance cost they may spare. And battery, they can spray around 500 to 600 acres. So though they earn around 2.5, 3 lakhs, around 30 to 35,000, they have to replace around 10% of the battery investment. You'll be back again for the next set of batteries. So 75 to 85 rupees is an regular expenditure. Let's say they correct 500 rupees per acre. Around 75 to 80 rupees is their maintenance cost. And the pilot, it depends. Is the pilot himself a owner of the drone, or again he is renting out? If the drone owner is different and the pilot, then we usually pay around 1,200 rupees, 1,000 rupees per day. If he covers 20 acres, 50 rupees is a revenue he is going to earn. Let's say 500 we are collecting, 50 rupees goes to the pilot, 50 rupees, 275 rupees goes to the maintenance cost. Vehicle and all, if he uses an electric vehicle, it's good. If he uses a petrol operated, then around 8,000 rupees per month they're going to spend it. So around 20, 30 rupees. Around 150 rupees is an overall expense for the whole drone. Remaining, it's almost 30, 35% is the investment and 65 is a revenue generating model.
Sure, sir, got it. I think there are no more questions. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Also, Malapa, Supriya, thank you so much for taking us through this solution. The recording and other resources will be available. The recording will be available on YouTube, and the resources will be shared through via email to all the participants today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.